Name, fast loud rewrite part 1. Type document. Content hashtag fast and loud. The behind-the-scenes tensions that change the show forever, part 1. In reality television often presents a polished version of events, but the story behind the cameras can be far more complicated than what viewers see on screen. Few automotive shows captured audiences quite like Fast and Loud. The series transformed Gas Monkey Garage from a local custom shop into an internationally recognized brand, attracting millions of fans with ambitious builds, tight deadlines, and larger-than-life personalities. Into viewers. The formula looks simple. Find classic cars, restore them under impossible time pressure, and reveal stunning finished projects. Yet as the show's popularity exploded, many longtime fans began noticing subtle changes. The focus slowly shifted away from craftsmanship and toward personalities, conflicts, and dramatic moments. And among the show's most recognizable figures was master fabricator Aaron Kaufman. Known for his engineering skills and calm approach to building cars, Aaron became a fan favorite because he appeared more interested in creating exceptional vehicles than chasing celebrity status. Over time, however, he openly discussed how the environment around the show had changed, describing growing frustrations with the direction the business was taking. And according to Aaron's public interviews over the years, several relationships inside and around Gas Monkey Garage became increasingly difficult. While every story has multiple perspectives, these experiences shaped his decision to leave the show and pursue projects that better match his passion for engineering and craftsmanship. And hashtag Richard Rawlings. Business growth versus craftsmanship None of the biggest differences Aaron described involved his working relationship with Richard Rawlings, founder of Gas Monkey Garage. And there is little doubt that Richard deserves credit for recognizing the entertainment potential of custom car building. His relentless determination helped transform a small Texas garage into one of television's most recognizable automotive brands. Through marketing, partnerships, merchandise, restaurants, and licensing deals, the Gas Monkey name became much bigger than the garage itself. And for Richard. Expanding the business appeared to be a natural goal. Building a recognizable brand created opportunities well beyond restoring classic cars. And Aaron, however, often explained that his priorities were different. And needs passion centered on engineering challenges, fabrication, and creating high-quality vehicles. As the television series grew larger, he felt that production schedules, promotional events, and branding efforts began competing with the actual work taking place inside the shop. And instead of spending every day solving mechanical problems, increasing amounts of time were devoted to filming scenes, promotional appearances, and creating television moments. Aaron suggested that this shift gradually changed the atmosphere inside the garage. And from his perspective, decisions increasingly reflected television production needs rather than what produced the best automotive builds. Deadlines became tighter, pressure increased, and every project carried the added responsibility of creating compelling entertainment. And that difference in philosophy eventually became impossible to ignore. And Richard viewed expansion as success. Aaron viewed craftsmanship as success. And neither approach is inherently wrong, but the two visions were becoming harder to reconcile under the same roof. And as Gas Monkey evolved into a global brand, Aaron felt the garage he originally joined was slowly disappearing. And hashtag Tom Smith and Jordan Butler. A controversial departure and another chapter that generated significant discussion among fans involved mechanics Tom Smith and Jordan Butler. And both mechanics have become popular personalities, thanks to their humor, energy, and chemistry with the rest of the crew. Their sudden departure surprised viewers and sparked widespread speculation. And reports surrounding their exit centered on an incident involving a young fan who wanted a photo with one of the vehicles. Different accounts of what happened circulated publicly, and the situation quickly became the subject of online debate. And following their dismissal, social media discussions intensified. Supporters praised Tom and Jordan for showing compassion, while others argued that workplace rules exist for reasons that employees are expected to follow. And Aaron later reflected on the controversy from a more nuanced perspective. And rather than viewing his situation as a simple battle between heroes and villains, he suggested that the incident demonstrated how complicated workplace decisions can become once they enter the public spotlight. Nina's opinion. The intense media attention surrounding the story shifted focus away from the vehicles themselves. Instead of discussing restorations and fabrication techniques, audiences debated personalities, management decisions, and behind-the-scenes conflicts. And for someone who valued the craft above everything else, that change represented another sign that the series was evolving into something very different from the show it had originally been. And the controversy also illustrated the growing influence of social media. Public opinion formed quickly, often before all sides of the story were fully understood. Whether viewers agreed with management or with the dismissed employees, the incident became one of the defining moments in the show's history. And hashtag Jesse James. When competition became the main attraction, and guest appearances often bring fresh excitement to long-running television series. And the arrival of legendary builder Jesse James generated enormous anticipation among automotive enthusiasts. Non-paper. It seemed like an ideal collaboration. Two well-known names from the custom car world sharing the same screen promised unforgettable builds and fascinating conversations. And instead, many fans remember the appearance of the tension that surrounded it. And Aaron later suggested that the focus increasingly shifted toward personal rivalries rather than automotive creativity. Strong personalities naturally create entertaining television, but they can also complicate collaboration inside a working garage. None of the most talked about moments involved a public prank that escalated an ongoing feud between Jesse James and Richard Rawlings. The incident attracted widespread attention online and became one of the show's most memorable headlines. And while some viewers found the exchange entertaining, others felt distracted from what originally made Fast and Loud successful. And Aaron appear to fall into the latter group. And from his perspective, moments designed primarily for entertainment risked overshadowing the extraordinary skill of the builders working behind the scenes. Rather than highlighting fabrication techniques or restoration challenges, headlines increasingly focused on personal disputes. And for longtime fans who admire the craftsmanship, this represented a noticeable shift in the identity of the series. And by the time Aaron decided to move on from Gas Monkey Garage, it had become clear that his professional goals no longer aligned with the direction of the television production. And he wanted to build innovative vehicles. And the show increasingly wanted dramatic television. And those two objectives don't always point in the same direction if he prepared a conclusion in the same documentary style, keeping the narrative balanced and avoiding presenting disputed claims as established fact. While much of Fast and Loud focused on mechanics and fabrication, every completed build depended on specialists whose work often received less attention. One of those speciats was upholstery expert Yolan Heiso, whose custom interiors helped give many projects their finished appearance. Whenever a restoration required custom seats, headliners, or interior trim, Yolan's craftsmanship regularly impressed both the crew and viewers. Her attention to detail transformed rough interiors into polished cabins that matched the quality of the mechanical work. Even though she wasn't a full-time member of Gas Monkey Garage, she became a familiar face throughout several seasons. As time went on, however, fans noticed she appeared less frequently. Eventually, she disappeared from the show altogether, leading to plenty of speculation online. Some viewers wonder whether creative differences, business decisions, or simple scheduling changes explained her absence. Publicly available information has never painted a complete picture, but Aaron later suggested that changing business priorities affected many long-standing working relationships. As production costs, deadlines, and commercial considerations became increasingly important, decisions were sometimes made based on efficiency and budget rather than familiarity or loyalty. Whether or not those decisions were unavoidable, Aaron believed they reflected the broader transformation taking place inside the company. The people who quietly